Hi guys, we are live now. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everybody from all over the world. Today I'm Albert Tan here for those who know me personally, and also I know everybody in our group. And we would like to welcome our guest, Jason Low from Dub Air. Jason, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here again. Nearly a year on from our first live, Albert.
Okay. Yeah, we are actually friends now, no?
Yes, I would
So
say that.
before we start, let me do some housekeeping, for this Facebook Live. And then we know that we're going to have an exciting Facebook Live session with founder. And there are some housekeeping rule that I need to, inform everybody who are attending. For those who are actually attending first time, that will be good that you know what are the rules and regulation and how to win this Dub Air giveaway prizes. Okay, before I forget, uh, Jason has been kind enough to increase the number of prizes, in this giveaway. So instead of three prizes, now we have four prizes. Three Innovator plan, that is the lowest plan, and the medium plan is actually called this Dub. What do you call it? Dub Studio
Studio
Dub.
Dub.
Studio
Yes.
Dub. Yeah.
Studio Dub.
So that is the second plan, which is actually valued at $810. So thank you, Jason, for your kindness and generosity. And I hope that, with the participation of the audience, please do your part, ask questions, engage with Jason, and help other people in the group or in the, what they call this, community, so that people know what is Dub Air all about. And of course, we will go back with all your answers to be answered by Jason. But if he still cannot answer that, maybe because of some technical question or whatever, he will get back to you with his technical team after consulting with his technical team. So let me, I have prepared some what I call this tips of winning this Dub Air giveaway. So let me read it out to you so that you know what to do. So first thing is that please give permission to this wave video to show your profile photo and name while commenting, and that is important. And second thing, please ask insightful question, comment, feedback, or suggestion. Those who do not ask, you will be disqualified. Very simple. So you must show active and meaningful participation during the live session in order to win this giveaway. And you must also fill out the form so that we can know who actually are participating in this giveaway. And last but not the least, I would like to give what I call, not to say a tip, the information that those who have won this Dub Air giveaway in the previous maybe Facebook Live or maybe campaign by Jason Low, you will not be able to win again.
Yeah.
This is to give other people a better opportunity to own this Dub Air. I hope you are kind enough, to accept this rule, because I know that some people win multiple products, of the same product in different places. So, I mean, there's no harm of it, but then let other people actually have a chance to do it.
It's good
Okay,
to
so
share, right?
yeah, correct. It's good to share. Sharing is caring. So if you really didn't win, could not win, just buy it. If you really like it. Okay. So without further ado, let me introduce what they call the Jason. A very short introduction for him from me, because Jason is actually, as he said that just now, he has actually in our LTD community about 10 months now, about 10 months, 10 to 11 months, first I know him, he's actually come into the LTD community, and he come with this voice over air. So voice over air has actually, what you call, emerged or maybe transformed until today. You call I would say that, it's a transform to Dub Air, because the detail, what you call a process, I will let Jason tell you why voice over air and now a new product called Dub Air, and how he merged both of them. So without further ado, Jason, I would like you to give an overview of what you have done over the past 10 months or 11 months
Okay.
until now.
Okay. Thank you, Albert. I appreciate that. And yeah, just to add, we were speaking before this live, and nearly 12 months ago now, Albert was kind enough to promote our voice over air mobile application, and we literally started our first LTD pretty much a year ago now. So I've been involved with audio branding for 23 years. Started my own company 18 years ago with audio and sonic branding. 5 years ago, I stepped into the realm of AI voices, text to speech, as such. And last year, we had a mobile app. We now have a web application for Voice Air. It's evolved quite rapidly over the past 5 or 6 months. And about in October, we actually signed an agreement with the largest media company here in Indonesia for our voice app product. They were also asking about dubbing, can voice air dub? And we were like, no, it can't. So anyway, our team, and at the moment we've got a team of 8 developers, including our amazing CTO, Dimas. So I asked the team if they could just do a little bit of a deep dive into dubbing. And then I found that one of our competitors, we had a look at them and said, well, can we do what they do? And after a week, our team came back and said, yeah, it won't be a problem. We can do that. I was like, wow, I was really excited. So I went back to the company that we're partnered with, explained that to them. They said, we're really interested. It really wasn't, we weren't really focusing on sort of the B2C side of things. But then when I put the feelers out through our own community, first and foremost, the Voice Air and Dub Air community page on Facebook, people were like really excited because there's a lot, I wouldn't say there's a lot, but there's a handful of companies out there that are all doing the same thing. And from our perspective and why we've been successful over the past year and why we've been successful over the past 18 years is because we come from a different standpoint. We want to create something that's more high end. We don't want to be generic. And linking back to Dub Air, we will be offering not only the best voices on the market, which are powered by 11 labs, but we're looking to do this a lot different to how the competitors are doing it. So we've got features in there that are going to be different to what our competitors have. And yeah, we've literally, over the past 10 to 12 months, as Albert said, have evolved into a prominent content creation application, which is Voice Air. You can create content from scratch with that, whereas Dub Air is not completely different, but different in a way that you will upload your own content pre-recorded, and you can literally dub that in 29 languages. And a bit of a very quick synopsis. You can add your own, you can clone your voices. So you can use your own clone voice for the dubbing. You can choose from a library of 200 voices that all come from 11 labs. And you can add music. You'll be able to also add captions, actually edit the dubbing as well. Our competitors do that. We're not saying that that's special, but there's a number of features there, from the rewrite feature to the remix feature that will add users. From our standpoint, we want users to not have generic content. So great, everyone can dub. Well, not, yeah, everyone can dub. But it's about making that content more unique, adding more of a personal touch to the content. And when we launch, our users will be able to do that, Albert.
Okay, thank you, Jason.
No problem.
So, I mean, for your brief, short, fast introduction to flashback. No, I got some comments from our members that, Facebook has not been kind to us, since last week.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
So they have actually deleting all the comments, in our Facebook group. So as a solution, I actually post up this link, Facebook page, or maybe in the YouTube. If you cannot comment in the Facebook group, please go to YouTube or our Facebook page. It's in the chat, in the link as well. So please go there, and also you can comment as usual. We can see that, so no worry. And we hope that you do enjoy this session, because I'm going to ask a lot of questions on your behalf, to Jason, because this is a very important topic. So as we know that AI dubbing is actually coming to a turning point because of ChatGPT or maybe other what you call large scale what you call language models that is coming along. So this is something very exciting, and it will change a lot of things. Not only in the video scene or maybe the music scene or whatever. So we actually want to know actually how dub air can be used by agencies like you guys, small agencies,
Okay.
like Jason has actually scored a big win. He already got a big enterprise customer called Vision Plus, so in Indonesia. So he actually can live without us, I think so. But then he still want to serve us, So Jason, please tell us how you want to make Duck Air to work for us, as the small agencies.
Yeah, so this is a great question, and the answer that the question's been asked since we first started our LTD, which was near the end of November, and people have said, what's the difference between you and your competitors? Why are your prices higher? So to really give you our vision statement of what we're trying to create or what we are going to create is this isn't for Dub Air is not for individuals that are not monetizing their channels, whether it's on YouTube or their content on Facebook, Instagram, or wherever they're doing it. So we have a specific target market, which is really, again, just to mention, anybody that's monetizing their YouTube channel, any small agency or business that's looking to venture outside of their own jurisdiction, their own region. And what we want to do, as I mentioned just a few minutes ago, is really offer our users the ability to actually make their dubbing content more personal. And with the features that we have, that will what the features will add so much substance and offer so many benefits to that. So really, Dub Air is not for everyone. I've been very clear on that. But if you're looking to monetize your content, this is a great opportunity so for instance, right now, people are thinking that the lip syncing and to add to where you've just mentioned the turning point of dubbing. So the lip syncing isn't where it needs to be right now. And that's not just for us, that's right across from the smaller companies right up to even Netflix. Netflix aren't even offering lip syncing and they've got all the money in the world, right? So what we want to do is to be able to provide our users with a progressive application and give them an opportunity to be able to monetize their content in a very streamlined but also in a very personal way by using Dub Air. So we see an opportunity in the marketplace. When we first did our research, just as I mentioned, we were looking at our competitors, and one thing that stands us in good stead is we don't want to be the same as everybody else. Same without going into voice air. Voice air is different to text to speech providers. Dub Air is different to dubbing providers. We're happy to mention, go and have a look at Dubverse, look at Rask.ai. They're great products, but for us, we don't want to have generic voices. We're happy to reduce our margin and to offer the best voices that are available, which come from 11 Labs. And we want to give our users the high-end voices and offer them a far superior product in a way that will help them monetize what their content is creating. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell, that Dub Air isn't for everybody, but for the people that it is for, and the LTD that we have, we actually, when we first launched our website and our prices for the monthly and the yearly, not the LTD. The LTD hasn't changed in price, apart from the discounts. We were actually looking to price that at the same as our competitors. And then I actually did a little bit more research and obviously did some more costing, and my figures were initially wrong. And what we've done is we've increased our prices on the basis of what would it cost to create something as of high quality in sort of the traditional method, which would be a voiceover. Obviously, would have to be in a specific language. The script would have to be rewritten. There's many factors: the time for delivery, the turnaround time, and that cost for one dubbed video for, let's say, 10 minutes, for example. We're talking hundreds of dollars for that to be done. Okay. And now you can automate it, yes, with our competitors, but with a lesser with voices that don't have the same accuracy, the same authenticity, the same the quality that you would with a human voice. So that's why we will stand out. That's why we're confident that what we're offering is a superior product. And I'm not saying that from an ego perspective. I'm saying it that right now, when we launch and throughout the rest of this year, we will, as we have with our other product, VoiceAir, we will aggressively release features and push the app to its level, to its boundaries of what we know and what we can achieve. And that really gives us the confidence. And also over the past 6 weeks, 7 weeks with the LTDs that we've sold from the Innovator, which you're giving away here, one of the studio dubs as well, and the agency dubs. People have been knocking on our door every day because they see the quality of the demos, they see the quality of the company, because we currently have 8 developers and we're actually increasing that to 11. So we're adding another 3 next month. Many people on this live now will already know that, but for the ones that don't, we are going to dedicate 3 developers to really push this. And that is not only because we have Vision Plus and other contracts in the pipeline. That's because we want our users, not just LTD users, but the subscription side of it, to have the best that's available. And because we've got the investment coming in from the large corporations, that will reflect on our users as well. So whatever we're building there, we will make sure that, because we're building bespoke dubbing for them, but whatever we provide for them, we will make sure that Dub Air gets that as well. So it's a win-win really for everybody.
Okay, Jason. So you have actually talked a lot about this AI dubbing. I mean, I'm not a technical guy,
Nor am I.
So, man, maybe you might not be very technical in that. But I would also like to ask how actually, Dub Air ensure that the naturalness as well as authenticity of the voice cloning and also lip syncing in different languages. I mean, a little bit technical, but if you can, let us know.
Okay, I can answer that because it's technical, but it's not on a level where it's needs a developer's answer. Well, the simple fact is we have a partnership with 11 Labs, which most people know about. 11 Labs for me, out of all of the main TTS, the text to speech providers, 11 Labs for us, not just because we're partnered with them, because I would be very candid on it, but 11 Labs are, for me, the best voices that are available. And when you talk about cloning, we will have the instant voice cloning in there, which we have in our VoiceAir product. So there's some of the features or what we offer in VoiceAir, and just to really touch on the instant voice cloning. We have a number of our users in our community that post their voice clones. And one of our posts, or one of our community a few months ago said, J Lo's lying about the quality of the instant voice cloning, and I started reading. I went, "Oh no, this is going to be bad." And then it just got better and better. And he was like, the person shared it with his family, friends, and colleagues, and 95% of them did not know that it was a voice clone. They thought it was just his voice. So the instant voice cloning, the quality of it is fantastic, and a lot of people are looking to actually dub their voice and have it in the 29 languages that are available, rather than use one of the voices in the library. They want to be able to create their own, generate their own voice or clone their own voice and speak in, as I said, the 29 languages. So with the accuracy of the voices from 11 Labs, it for me, there's no debate on that. They're fantastic. With the cloning, exactly the same. And we really believe and understand what our community need and also what the market needs, and that they want quality. I think, I don't know if it was yourself that I spoke to, but someone recently I spoke to and said that the problem with content creation at the moment, particularly on social media platforms and even businesses right now, they're all using the same voices. It's been the case for 2 or 3 years. You've heard the same voices on TikTok. You've heard them on Instagram. You're now starting to hear that it's not a free voice, but one of the voices that's in 11 Labs. It's now become prominent. And what I've tried to do, maybe not educate, but what I've tried to do is help our users get a grasp that if you're using the same as everybody else, you're not really going to stand out. Your content might be great, but if you're using the same voice, the same music, a trending music as everybody else, you're not going to be seen. Quite simply, it's just not going to happen. So using the cloning in Dub Air will add more a personal touch to it, using the voices that are available in the library and not just one of the voices from 11 Labs. You'll have 200. So if you can actually find a voice that matches your brand, which is a very important factor for your content, or you can mix it up and use whatever you want. That's for us is really important. So the technical side of it is, it's not that there's really, it's a very simple application to use, and we will make it, and we want to make it, maybe not the right term, but we want to make it foolproof, and for anybody to use. We want you to be able to go into Dub Air, input your source file, choose the language you want the output in, choose in our revoice feature the voice you want, add your clone voice, edit it if you need to. And, it's a very, very straightforward process. It shouldn't be a difficult process. And the easier we can make it, the better it will be for our users.
Okay, thank you, Jason. Because I see that, the audience are actually from a very diverse group today. And for your information, from my backend, I can see 65 people actually watching now.
Amazing.
So this is a very good sign that, Dub Air is actually getting a lot of attention. Normally we have maybe 20, 30, 40, but 65 is one of the highest,
Good.
But of course, I have done I've done some, what I call, Facebook Live. We have more than 70 people, close to 80, but this is one of the best.
Good.
Okay, before we actually proceed, maybe do you like to show some demo or maybe some video?
I would, but unfortunately, right now, I think my internet connection is really slow. I would love to be able to show you. I can try, but I don't want to do. Let me just give me a moment. Let me see if I can.
Okay.
And yeah, my thing's running really slow, but. Well, I think the best thing to do is maybe if you could, Albert, is let me just try something. I think this might work. Let me see. Yeah. Do you want to just share? Can we share? I can share the screen, right?
Yeah, you can share the screen.
All right, fantastic. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm not promising if it's slow, then please we'll have to change. Okay, share screen. Okay. Let's do that. Okay. Okay. So just so everybody's let me add a bit of a precursor to this. Can you see the screen now, Albert?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay.
All
right, great. So please note that this isn't the final UI. We've still got another 10 days to add to this. There's a lot of work going on in the background, so it's a very standard. We've been testing this over the past week. We actually, well, let's say the past 3 or 4 days. So what you see right now is not the final version of the UI, but as you can see here, as you can with our competitors, you can add your YouTube link. You'll be able to actually upload the file as well. There is an auto responder on here for number of speakers. So at the moment, and this is good to know, with Vision Plus, they have Well, we did a demo video for them last week, and there was like 9 actors on the screen, and it actually functioned pretty well. There's still some limitations to it. So at the moment, I want to make sure that we manage people's expectations, because right now, to get the best out of Dub Air when we launch, the best quality will be 2 speakers. Okay. But that will change. You can see 5 here, but two at the moment, up to 60 minutes of dubbing, not lip syncing. Lip syncing at the moment is only 10 minutes. Anything after that will start to cause problems. So, as I mentioned in my post earlier today to our community, what we need to do is to make sure that we educate our users and give them the guidance that's needed to use Dub Air. So, for the lip syncing, just very simply, the lip syncing at the moment is only face on. So, like we are on this live now, and I'm going to let people that may not know this, in Q3 we're going to be beta testing actually real time dubbing. I won't talk about that right now, but if someone wants to ask me about that during this live, no problem. But at the moment, 2 speakers is best. Here you're going to have options as well. So if you want to use OpenAI for their voices, you can do that. 11 Labs, in my opinion, is far better because there's more choice. You'll be able to add the speakers here. Again, this will change. So you'll have the 200 voices that are in there. You'll be able to add your clone voices as well into there, and you can sample the voices prior to the dubbing. So you'll upload your file. You can sample the voices here. When you find your right voice, you'll have your input language. Okay, so at the moment, again, that's not full, but there'll be 29 languages in there, which are all based on 11 Labs' languages. You can find them on our website, and then you can translate it here as well. So again, this will include 29 languages in total. You can auto detect it. You can include the lip sync in there, generate the project. Again, the UI is not finished. And then you'll be able to, let me just hide that a second. And then you can edit this. So let me just go to the editing. And you'll see here on the left-hand side, you'll have your input language, which would normally, what we will also suggest, please note that the best output and the best quality comes with adding an SRT file, okay? The SRT file, what the SRT file does is actually helps pace the dubbed content. Without the SRT file, what you're doing is you've got a race going on between the AI and the input language. So for it to be dubbed, the best quality again would be to include an SRT file. You will be able to actually add an SRT file, and also we will generate SRT files as well. So what you see on the left-hand side is the actual SRT file that's been added, shows you the amount of characters here. And in Indonesian or in Bahasa, you'll see here what you can actually do as well. I'll just show you. Sorry, let me get rid of Grammarly. You can actually delete and add. So, for instance, right now, we don't have it, but you'll have a Chat GPT translation feature, which we're launching in Voice Air this evening. So you can edit the SRT file on both sides. Also, you can add another stage or another voice segment here as well. So really at this stage, where we are right now, as you can see, there's a difference between the English version and the Bahasa or the Indonesian version, which is a lot longer. So one question that we got asked is how does it compensate from going from English and to use Indonesian as an example? That will be done by the AI. So you can adjust it, and that will only become better with time, with the technology, without going into too much detail. But what will happen is currently the dubbing process, you will possibly find that the less minutes that you're dubbing. So for instance, if you're looking to dub maybe 10 or 20 minutes of content, that it will work fine. we're saying a maximum of 60, but 60 is really pushing the AI to its limits. And you may see some discrepancies. You may see some irregularities within that. But however, one thing that we are doing and we will continue to do is to make sure that those are, resolved as quickly as possible. So that's the rewrite feature. Then you have revoice. I can't show you that because it's not. I've not connected to that yet. So the revoice feature, in a nutshell, is our users being able to choose a different voice. So if you don't use the revoice feature, then the AI will just will assign a voice to the dubbed content. We would suggest to use the revoice feature, where you can also, as I mentioned, create your clone voice and add it to the dubbed content. That's pretty much what revoice does. Then you have refine. Again, sorry, I do apologize. I can't show you that because we're actually working on it right now. The refine is to give that actually goes into the studio, so you'll have a timeline there. You'll be able to see that on a video that I'll show you in a moment. The refine is to really to do what it says on the tin, is to refine your dubbed content with the voice. Listen to it, change it. If it doesn't sound right before you export, you'll have the refine feature. And then remix will also give users the opportunity to be able to add captions, subtitles on there as well. And one thing that our competitors aren't doing that we will do, and probably maybe they're watching now, and I'm sure they will, is to give users an opportunity to be able to have the dubbed content in one language and the subtitles in another language. It was actually one of our users in December that said to us, we have a number of clients in Italy that want to hear the dubbed content in English, but would love to be able to read the subtitles in Italian. And I was like, wow, that's really interesting, because you see that in the movies, right? That you'll see it, or even on Netflix, where it's in English and then you'll have, for instance, Indonesian subtitles. So that will be a feature that will be added to Dub Air as well. So let me just go to, you can still see the screen, right? You can still see that. Okay, great. All right, let me just show you. Watch this. For anybody that hasn't seen this, I'm not sure if the sound's going to work. Hopefully. Can you hear that, Albert?
Not really.
Not the sound. You can't hear the sound.
Can you put it to maximum, the sound? On the, yeah. Yes. Try and see. Are they from YouTube or no? Are you standing?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
But there's no sound. I
Oh,
don't.
really? So you can't hear that? Okay. So I think the best thing to do then would be to just maybe share that. Let me stop the shared. Let me see if I can get rid of that now. Can I get? Okay, there we go. Has that stopped now? Can you see me again? No, probably not.
Your video is blank.
Yeah, no problem. I've lost you. Okay, no problem at all. There we go. I'm coming back now, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, if you go to our Dubair, so dubair.ai, and on the homepage, you'll be able to actually see in more depth the features that are available. Let me just get rid of that. Remove share. There we go. For some reason, doesn't want to see my face. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, if you just go to dubair.ai, you'll be able to see in depth the features that we have, and give you guys a better perspective on what we're creating. So also, please, I want to be very clear with this, for anybody that's interested, anybody that's looking to purchase the LTD. Please note that when we do launch in the next fortnight, that right now we will have the rewrite feature, the lip syncing and the dubbing will be there. And I would like to just very briefly mention sort of the use cases in the moment, but the other features that you will see on the video at dubair.ai, they will be launched throughout the rest of February. What we want to do is we want to make sure that users have the ability to have the best that's available right now. And if we add the other features, there's a lot of bugs at the moment. We've only been developing this 3 months on Monday, which is a very short period. And we will, as I said, we've got 3 more developers coming in first week of February. So we'll aggressively start to add everything that we can to Dub Air. And with regards, just very briefly, to use cases, a lot of people think that for dubbing, it's just for such as pre-recorded content with actors on the screen. It's actually great for faceless content as well, for product reviews, any content that if you again look at our website, you'll actually see content there that we've put out, demo videos of people just with faceless content, and it's fantastic. It's actually at the moment for faceless content, I would give it maybe an 8 out of 10. I'm very critical and very sort of honest of where we are. And at the moment, faceless content, 8 out of 10. With the dubbing, I would say a 7. And over the next couple of weeks, obviously that will increase.
Okay, thank you, Jason. So while we are talking, I actually observe, I mean, from the back end, we have 76 people live now,
Nice.
attendees. So it's actually a very good sign.
Good.
So I think the expectation is very high. You
Of
know, the
course.
pressure is on you. The
Of
pressure is
course.
on you.
Of
Okay.
course.
So, but because your website says that 31st of January you will be launching. So, but since you are live here, what is the actual date that you intend to actually push up? The live version.
We will go live on we will go live at the end of this month. There's no issue for that. But what we need to do, and because we haven't really aggressively pushed the LTD, we will be updating our website tomorrow. We will be adding in our FAQs, which I would encourage. Don't just buy on the basis of what you see now or on our demo videos. It's really important for us to manage people's expectations. I don't want people to come the end of this month and go, oh, right, I'm expecting it to do everything that I need it to. It is a work in progress. So, and right now the LTD is for a lifetime. Are we going to need a lifetime to develop it? Definitely not. But we will, like we have, and anybody that's in our community or anybody that's purchased VoiceAir in the past 12 months, you've seen the developments that we have made. And when we first spoke, Albert, nearly a year ago, February, there was literally only me, one of my team, Iftar, and the 2 developers that were with us for the previous 2 years. We now have a team of 8 developers, including our CTO. We've got 3 in our marketing. You've got myself. There's another 3 developers coming in. This is all money that's come from the LTDs. It's come from MRR. It's come from the investment that's been made by the large companies. So you're not only you're investing in our company, but we will reflect that, and you will see what we will achieve. So by the end of this month, you will be able to dub. You will be able to add lip syncing in there. You will be able to change the rewrite. You be able to edit the script or the SRT, the subtitle file that you're putting in. And then in February, the other 3 features that you see there will start to be rolled out. And anybody that knows us, and I'm sure there'll be people that that comment in the messages here, they know what this means to us. And I'm happy over the past 12 months that we built such a huge community that believes in what we're doing. And it's great to say all of these things and, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But one thing we do is we can back it up. So what you've seen with VoiceAir is going to be exactly the same for Dub Air, if not not maybe possibly more. So yeah, that both products are so important to us, And Dub Area is a fantastic opportunity for anybody that's looking to monetize, even if they're just starting, or anybody that's actually currently monetizing their YouTube or any of their content, or to want to reach out to marketplaces that they've never been in before. But this LTD, what you're getting from the LTD, and I'm not trying to pitch it here, I'm not trying to sell it, but what you get now, what it will be worth in the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next 12 months will be a drop in the ocean compared to what you're going to actually see. The ROI on this will be ridiculous if you know how to monetize. Don't expect to use Dub Air and think you're going to make thousands of dollars a month. You have to obviously, know what you're doing. But Dub Air will help anybody on their journey.
Okay, Jason. So we know that you're going to launch this 3 tier for $450, $810, and the agency is $2,225.
Yeah.
Will this price be increased during the launch, or is it only the pre-launch price?
You mean for the LTD?
Yes.
Yeah, the LTD will not change. But one thing I will say is that we won't, like we did for Voice Air. The difference between the two is Dub Air costs a lot more than Voice Air originally did. So you won't see this after the end of this month. There won't be an LTD. And as I mentioned at the beginning of this live, I'm sure I mentioned it, in December, our prices for our monthly and yearly plans were in line with our competitors, and it wasn't about we have increased the prices, but it wasn't about our margins. It wasn't about the profit. It was about the case of our product will be over the next 3 to 6 months will stand out a mile compared to what our competitors are doing. And the reason why is because we will have 3 dedicated developers as well as 8 on the sidelines that will help as well. So what you see every month, it will become better, but the LTD will not change in price. We actually were offering our Voice Air LTD users 30% discount, but then we did that for 5 weeks. And then during the Christmas period, I literally didn't stop. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve, all the way through, people were wanting to buy this because they saw the demos or they'd seen lives or seen promotions. So the LTD will not continue. It won't be like we did with Voice Air. It won't be a year long or a 6-month thing. We will have to stop it for sustainability reasons, Albert.
Yeah, understandable, because it's never a profitable business to do LTD, unless you are permanent LTD, But of course, there are some company doing permanent LTD, and they have a way to do it,
Of course.
But then it's very few.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we are actually at 10:52, about 52 minutes into the live, and there are so many questions, and we will go into the question later, but I need to give you the giveaway form to fill up. And there is one more question you have to answer inside the form, which is actually ask you, what is your question about Dub Air suggestion or whatever, It's a normal question, because these 2 days, Facebook doesn't like us, it doesn't like Jason, doesn't like me. All your comment or whatever they put as spam, including today, while actually in the Facebook group. So that's why we have to add in the question. So with that, please cooperate, ask your question there, because I believe some of you actually attending the live in YouTube or Facebook page or your Facebook group, but some of you cannot do the comment. It's actually individual, because sometimes the Facebook think that you are a spammer. They think that you are a spammer, so that's why they delete your messages. But some people, they allow it, so I cannot control about that.
No.
So guys, let me give you the link. Hold on.
I tried 5 comments on your post yesterday, and every single one was removed. And it was just I've never seen it that aggressive before. But there you go. There's a link there, guys.
Yeah. So this is the link for this giveaway form. So please, you must fill up this form, and don't ask me again, where is the form, because I mean, a lot of people always ask this question, because I mean, I'm actually at the back end. Sometimes I do not see a lot of things from there. Okay, so guys, please do your part, and we hope that you ask a lot of a good question, so that Jason can actually answer that maybe after the Facebook live. So with that, we would like to go into the question and answer. So Jason, let us go into the question. Let's start from the top, So I will project it up, please.
Wow, there's a lot of comments there.
Yeah, the earlier part is actually a lot of people say that it cannot be commented. Okay, let me see. Yeah. So this is the one. So you please read the question and then
Yeah,
answer
no
it.
problem. Currently, how many languages can be dubbed on your platform? So right now, you'll have the choice of ChatGPT. So you'll have OpenAI's voices in there, which are very limited at the moment. There will be more. And you also have 11 Labs voices. So there'll be 29 languages. I just want to be very clear on something, because we've had a few people that have become confused. Maybe it's our fault, maybe it's 11 Labs' fault. So what we need to be to make clear to people is that you'll have 29 languages available. Now, the 200 voices that will be in the Dub Air library are their accents at the moment, okay, are English American, English UK, British, Indian, Australian. There isn't really many Australian. I don't know why that's there, but that comes from the 11 Labs API. And then there's one other accent which I've completely forgotten. But what we want to make clear is, at the moment, the accents are limited. They're all multilingual. Okay. Every voice is multilingual in the 29 languages. So, for instance, if you want a more accurate accent, then the best thing to do is clone your own voice, or clone somebody, a native speaker, for instance. Sorry, there's Indian as well. I've remembered the 5 accent: British, US, Indian, Australian, and there's one more and I forgot again. But anyway, the 29 languages can be used by any of the 200 voices, but the 29 languages are not accented. So you can't, for instance, if you choose Indonesian, the voices that are in there can speak in Indonesian if you're typing in Indonesian, in the Indonesian language, but they won't have an Indonesian accent. So the best way to combat that is to add your own clone voice, or somebody else's with permission, and that will obviously add more accuracy. So hopefully that answers your question. We will be adding more languages when they come. I spoke to 11 Labs last Wednesday, I think it was. I spoke to Kevin last Wednesday, and throughout this quarter and more in Q2, there'll be more accents in there, because they're collecting the data sets. A lot of professional voice cloning is going in there. They're working on many things within the languages. So what you see right now, in the next 2.5 months, in the next 5 months, you'll see more languages and more accents in there, which add more accuracy.
Okay, let's move fast. Mizano asks, which engine is used for the translation?
Okay, great. So at the moment we're using Whisper for that. So you'll have that as available. So like the one thing we need to make very clear, and I think people understand this anyway, and very, very briefly, there's no application out there, no translation application, Google, DeepL, or anybody else that has a 100% accuracy. So what you'll find is, for short form, definitely ChatGPT is the best for short form. For long form, I would still go with Google. But again, at this stage, we're advising our users to create short form at the moment, and as the tech progresses, that will become more accurate for the translation. Hopefully, that answers your question.
Okay, thank you. what's the maximum length that can be generated?
Okay, great. So with just dubbing, it's a maximum of 60 minutes at the moment. Please note, and again, this is in our FAQs, that if you, at the moment for 1 minute dubbed, not including lip syncing, it's double the time for the rendering. So if it's 1 minute, you're looking at about a minute, maybe a minute and a half for it to convert for dubbed. With lip syncing, again, just to reiterate, it's a maximum of 10 minutes with the lip syncing, and you have to be face on. Again, read the FAQs, make sure that our knowledge base will go live on Friday. But please note, at the moment, lip syncing works best if you're face onto the camera. You'll see in our demos that. And if you want to create content without lip syncing, a maximum of 60 minutes. With lip syncing, it's about 2 or 3 times the input. So for instance, if it's 1 minute, it could take 3 or 4 minutes with lip syncing. Okay, does custom voice cloning come with a deal? How long a voice sample is needed? Okay, great question. Yes, it does. So everybody in the LTD will get 15 voice clones. Quite just to give you guys an understanding of that. So if you reach 15, when you hit that ceiling of 15, you can delete the voice clone. So if you need to add 2 more, if you've hit 15, delete 2, takes you back to 13. You can add 2 more. Stephen, with regards to the voice sample, it really just depends. You need to make sure that the quality of the sample that you're adding, no background noise, that helps. But we've got users for voice air that have added 1 minute. I've done it myself on many of occasions, between 70 and 90 seconds, and it's absolutely amazing. Some people add more, but less is more. The less you do. So again, from my personal perspective, 90 seconds is enough for the clone voice to work at the best, at its optimum level. Okay. Can we clone our voices or specific voices for our brands? Yes, you can. There's no problem with that. One thing I would make very clear very quickly is, if you're adding different voices, if you're adding your own, obviously that's fine. But if you are adding other voices, we would recommend to get their permission. We've got people in voice air, quite naughty people, that are cloning celebrities' voices. So, and as it states in our T's and C's, and again, I'll categorically state this, you can do that, but if you get caught or there's any problems, which probably it's not going to happen, but if you do, we will not be responsible for that copyright infringement. So if you want to, yes, you can, but please make sure that you're fully aware that if anything happens, we won't be liable for that.
Yeah, this is one of the what they call the dark side of AI.
Of
So
course,
because a lot of people, what they call those scammer or hacker or whatever, they clone voices of maybe celebrity, politician, or
yeah,
maybe an enemy, that kind of thing, and confuse people, create fake news, that kind of thing. So I mean, we have to stay away from there. You
yeah,
are responsible
100%.
for your own action.
Definitely, and and that's what we've stated in our T's and C's is just be very careful of how you use it. If we find misuse and if it's brought to our attention, then we will take you off of our user base. We'll clean you off of the platform. Okay, how does Dub Air compare to? Oh, good question. Do you have any plans to also do avatars? That's a fantastic question, Leo, and it's something that's been asked over the past 6 or 7 weeks. So synthesis is, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, is a different type of product. Same with HeyGen. Will we add for avatars? 100%. The one thing that I found at the moment, and someone messaged me, one of our community messaged me and said, look, you guys should seriously consider it, because for me, the avatars at the moment are quite lifeless. And for us, I don't think, even though HeyGen are an amazing company and doing fantastic, and kudos to them, it's a very niche market. However, we're not closed the door on it. We will be venturing in or doing some research into it in Q2, and I would probably expect by Q3 that we will add avatars. But at the moment, we have to focus on dubbing, lip syncing, and the features that we have. But avatars will come for sure this year. Okay. Okay, good question. At the moment, we have Tamil and Hindi, so Hindu. So we will be adding more languages, but what we our focus right now, and some people have said, oh well, Dubverse has this language, and Dubverse is mainly focused, and people can correct me if I'm wrong, mainly focused for the Indian market, because they have a lot more languages, and Rask have other languages as well. But what we want to offer, or what we are offering, is the highest quality. We don't want to hear the generic voices of Amazon Polly or Azure or any of them. We want our users to have the best. But we will be adding more languages. When the quality of those languages come, we will share that in our community. We'll share that with our users. And when you guys tell us that's fantastic, then we will then roll it out. Okay. So next question, can we use one generation for multiple languages? Yes. Okay. I've been asked this, and you will be able to do that. At this stage, no, but during this quarter, yes. And I think what you're trying to say there is you want to create multiple audio files, I think, for your one generation. It won't speak in multiple languages at this stage, but one of our, or well, actually Vision Plus, they want to have the content, the dubbed content, in multiple languages for the output. And we're actually working on that. We'll be delivering that to them in March. So whatever we do with our corporate clients, we will again add that to Dub Air. So the answer is yes, but not right now. By the end of this quarter, we will.
Okay, thank you. Let me put up the next question. Okay, I mean the release date is actually definitely will be end of this month, so just wait.
Yeah, so you won one of the LTDs, so you'll definitely have access to that by the end of the month. How
How
accurate?
accurate, you know? So
Okay, that's a great question, and what we've done over the past 6 or 7 weeks in our community and right across the SaaS pages and the LTD pages, we want people to critique it, and the overall opinion, and I'm not just saying this, the overall opinion. Find out for yourself. Go to our website, look at Dub Air, yeah. Go to the link and check us out and look at the videos that are there. Go to our YouTube channel. We've put faceless content. We've shown the lip syncing on there. So the accuracy at the moment from the Arabic, the Hindu, the Dutch, the German, and the other languages that the feedback that we've got is good. I don't speak 29 languages, but I would say out of the 29 languages, at least 50% of people have come to us and said it's at a good level. That's because of the accuracy of the voices as well. Okay, cool.
okay,
Good question.
so yeah, this question is actually, I mean, relevant, but then
Yes.
it has been explained many times, but just go through.
Yeah, that's fine. Again, the sort of Reader's Digest version. So at the moment, our focus with VoiceAir is to provide a platform that creates content from scratch. Will we be adding dubbing to VoiceAir? Yeah, but I don't know when. I've stated this many times. I don't want to give a date and then it not happen. Will dubbing be in there? Yes. Will all the features that are in Dub Air be in VoiceAir? Definitely not, because it will just the landscape will be ridiculous. It will be too crowded. So that's why people have said, why don't you put Dub Air into VoiceAir? Because they're two separate products. One's for pre-recorded content. One's for creating content from scratch. Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay, next question. Live
Ooh.
streaming.
Good one. Someone has been listening. Okay, great. So the goal with that, what we're going to do between the end of this quarter, actually it's going to start sooner than that. I'm actually got a couple of I've got a meeting with YouTube here in Indonesia next month, and what we want to do is over the next 6 months is see how we actually integrate that from our platform, like you've just said there, Wave, which we're on at the moment. So the live stream dubbing, the real time dubbing is pretty much the sort of it is a game changer. And one, it's going to take a lot of time. It's going to be a lot of money is going to be invested into that. We already are speaking with a company that are helping us with that, so we'll be able to build our own. But at this stage, all I can say is we will look to be in a position by Q3 where not only are we beta testing it, but we'll make sure that it's we have the ability to be able to use it within Wave, Streamlabs, YouTube, and many others. But there's a lot of red tape to go through with that, and there's a lot of groundwork to be done. But it will happen. We'll do it. We might even stream it through ourselves through the Dub Air platform as well. So rather than using Wave, and we will at some point do that, but initially it will be through Dub Air. Okay, good. How many custom clone voices? So the maximum will be 15. So again, just to repeat, so you'll have 15. When you hit that 15, if you want to create more clone voices, you'll just have to delete. If you want to delete 5 of them, then you can add 5 more. Okay. All right, cool. How quickly can users clone a voice using Dub Air's technology? All right, just to be very clear, it's not actually our technology. It's 11 Labs' technology through the API, and it is super quick, super quick. So if you add a 90-second audio file of your voice, it will come back in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes, if not sooner, if not quicker than that.
Okay, I think this question has been answered,
Yeah, I think it's good to just to go over it again. Our legal issues with using other people's voices. So again, it really just depends on you as a user. But our advice is get the permission of the people because what you have to understand is it's not just us; it's also on 11 Labs. So if anything comes up in 11 Labs, it's T's and C's, and the same in ours for Voice Air and Dub Air. I would always encourage you to get the permission of the person that you're cloning. Is there any ability to control emotion in the voices? All right, another good question. So that's actually done by the AI. It's in the context of the actual script. So the SRT that you upload, the emotion will be part of the script. So if for instance, one paragraph is talking in an excited or emotive, can't even say the word, emotive speech, then the AI will read that and do it. You can again check out our demos on dubair.ai. Also check out Voice Air, but the AI will actually will use the context to create the emotions. Okay. How Dub Air manages to lip sync at different languages, has different words and accents. Does it look natural? All right, great question. So at this stage, again, have a look at our demos on the website. One thing I will say to you is that at the moment, you have to have that SRT file in there, because if you don't, it's playing catch up. Okay, the AI is trying to catch up with the speed of the actual input, the source file that you input. The lip syncing, I would say at the moment, out of 10, and I'm very critical, I would say it's a 6. Some people may say more. Everyone's opinion is different. But as the technology advances, when we bring in the 3 developers, they'll be working 120 hours a week between them, and we will get to that point where we increase it from a 6 to a 7, 8, and throughout this year it will be far better. Okay. Does the generated voice automatically mimic the pace speed of the source? Yeah. So again, it does. And the best way to actually add to that is add the SRT file. You don't have to have an SRT file in there, but at the moment, which is the same with our competitors, because we're all using pretty much the same technology and we're all building on top of that. If you don't add an SRT file, it's in a race. The AI is in a race with the input file. So it's best to use an SRT, which it sort of then puts it level with what needs to be created. And again, just have a look at the demo videos and you can make your own judgment on that. Yes. Okay, Darren, good question. There will be an option, same as what it is in Voice Air. You guys will be able to. What we don't want to do is restrict people with what they're creating. So if you're purchasing an LTD, for instance, the Innovator has 60 minutes. If you need additional minutes on top of that, then the additional minutes will be available. Not a problem at all. Ooh, good question. I'm going to be very honest on this. We haven't decided at this stage what it will be. We should have done that. I was actually supposed to go on a call with not our CTO, but the lead developer on this earlier today, but I missed the call. But I will answer that for you tomorrow. So if that's in the questions, tomorrow I will revisit, and JD, I'll come back to you and I'll have an answer for you. I'm sorry that I'm unprepared for that, but I will have an answer tomorrow. Okay, how long does the cloning work take? A couple of minutes. If you add a 90-second voice clip, it will come back to you in less than 2 minutes, probably 60 seconds, but let's say 2 minutes. Is it possible to manually leave some common words in English? Yes, you sure can. As shown in the demo and also in the video out there, you can actually edit the SRT file, the converted SRT translated SRT file. So if you want to leave certain words in there, that's not a problem at all. You can do that. Again, just adding a more personal touch to what you're creating. Okay, can it export multiple videos with two people at the same time for lip sync? I don't know if the export word is right, but what I'm reading there is, you're looking to create two people speaking with the lip sync. Yes, we've tested it; it works fine. There's no issues with it. I'm not sure what you mean by export multiple videos. If you want to clarify on that, please just rephrase it, and I'll happily answer that for you. But yes, two people with lip syncing, not a problem. If I want to dub a speaker video that's 10 minutes long in another language, how will it take? How long will it take? What kind of control? Okay, so yeah, Francois, also our friend Bill, you can do 10 minutes long in any language, any of the 29 languages. And how long will it take? It will take about 20 minutes to do the dub with lip syncing, probably half an hour. That will obviously change over the coming months because of what our team will do. But at this stage, a 10-minute video just for dubbing, if it's faceless or with somebody on camera, it will take 20 minutes to render that. Okay, but that time will come down. What is the biggest challenges? Good question. You're currently facing in terms of technology development, user adaptation, and market acceptance. All right, good. I like that. That's a fantastic question. So technology developments, we can only work at what's out there at the moment with the open source, and there's a lot out there at the moment, and that's why we're bringing in, and you've heard me say on this live over the past hour, that we will be bringing in 3 dedicated developers to work on this full time, because we have 8, and we have to sort of dedicate them or split them across our Voice Air and obviously Dub Air as well. So all we can say is that the manpower that we have compared to our competitors right now will put us in a very positive and a lucrative position for that. So yeah, to answer that, market adaptation, we don't see an issue with that. Well, our focus, our target audience is content creators who are monetizing, SMEs, and large corporations, which we're already dealing with. Okay, I think that answers that. Okay. Will the dub voices be our own tones, or will they just use the only voices? So yeah, again, if you're talking about the clone in there, you can add your own clone voice in there. That's not a problem. And you'll have the option of 200 voices. We'll be adding more, so it won't just stay at 200. We'll make sure that you guys have the best available voices. Do you have confidence that LTE can be sustainable? 100%. Why can it be sustainable? Because I've been in the LTD arena now for a year and seen across multiple pages how companies do not plan and how they don't structure the LTD properly. And one thing I can say this, that Somebody said to me the other day that an LTD can be addictive on both sides, from the buyer and the founder. But one thing for us is we're not addicted to the LTDs because we have many options out there. So the LTD is a great option for us, but it isn't our bread. It isn't our main revenue stream. It's there to help our company, but also help a small number of people. Okay, good question as well, Valentin. Can we add some voice effects like echo? At this stage, no. But you can go to our roadmap, which is on our website. Go to our roadmap and add comments in there. And what we will do after this or during this quarter, anything that's written on the roadmap, we will add to our internal roadmap and see what we can do, how we can do it. But echoes on there, I think adding effects to the voices is definitely something that we're going to do for voice air. So we will definitely do it in dub air. Great question. I know multiple speakers dubbing is in the pipeline. Will it be available on launching? Yeah, you can currently do two voices without any issues. Two. Okay. Don't think you're going to be doing 3, 4, 5, and 6, because that's not going to happen right now. But at the moment, definitely two. Okay. Is there a maximum time duration? Yeah. So at the moment, Sam, it's up to 60 minutes. Less is more at this stage. So again, please note, and I'm stating this very clearly, do not expect it to be perfect up to 60 minutes. You can do 60 minutes, but at the moment, the better quality is up to about 30 minutes. And that's what we're showcasing and providing Vision Plus. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, okay. I knew this one was coming. With French accents and 11 Lab and VIP voices, I sometimes encounter a problem where they change to a Spanish accent. To resolve this, I have to significantly reduce I can't see the rest of it. So
the length of the text,
yeah, and if you go into which will be in Dub Air as well, what at the moment, even the 11 Labs don't put this on their platform, but at the moment about 700 to 800 characters is its limit. Anything after that, that's why we've added voice segments. And you will be able to do that in voice air in the refine feature. Once it's launched next month, you will be able to edit in the timeline. So you'll be able to add multiple speakers in there. That's the only way, because our hands are tied. It's not our technology. It's 11 Labs. It's very difficult for us to control that. But what we can do is mitigate it by offering segments of voice, as you're fully aware, Francois, of what we're able to do right now in voice air. But with time, again, that will change. Is Dub Air sustainable? I just took a look at the backlink profile, and Dub Air doesn't seem to have much traffic. Yeah, well, the reason why it's not got much traffic is, one, because we've not launched. So we're not going to be doing any paid ads, etc., because we'll be sending traffic to the page and they can't buy. So we'll lose 40, 50, even 60% of people. They'll forget about us within a day. So the reason why there's not much traffic right now is based on we haven't got a live product. So we're not selling it. We're only selling it within the LTD community. But when we do launch, that will obviously change. Hopefully that gives you your answer to your question. What are the up and coming features for Dub Air? Okay, Sujit. So as I mentioned, we will have rewrite on the launch. Then you will have revoice, which you can add your clone voice, or choose voices from the library. You can add multiple voices for your content. Then you'll have you've got rewrite, revoice, refine. Refine will give you the opportunity to be able to edit the content that you've created. You will be able to listen to the dub content, change any part that you need to. And then you'll have remix. Remix will give you guys the opportunity to add subtitles in the 29 languages, and also add captions and captions as well as the subtitles. Any plan for multiple dub? Maybe dubbing a video? Yes. All right. So we're actually working on that for one of our clients. I know it takes time. So if we have this feature, we can start the process and do other stuff. Yeah. So that's going to be, I'm confident by the end of March, that the multiple dub will be in there. It's a great feature. It's a great thing that you mentioned, Toward. So what we'll be able to do is you'll have a little checkbox. So whatever language you want that in, I'm not going to say how many languages you can dub simultaneously, but we will be adding that. Definitely, it's a fabulous feature. Yeah. Are there any plans to implement webhooks? Okay. Yes. At some point, this is something that needs to be done. I think it's really important, as well as the API. We will be working on that. I think Q2 will be a realistic target date for the webhooks and the API. We want to make sure the platform's working, at its optimum level before we do stuff like that. But yes. Okay, how is the credit for testing calculated? Great question. Okay, so what you'll be able to do is you'll actually be able to, so this is how it works. So right when we launch, you'll have the dubbed content. So for instance, if it's in English and you want to change it to Hindi, you can just dub it without actually listening to it. But when the refine feature comes in, what you'll be able to do is actually listen to the script, which will be text to speech. So for instance, instead of just jumping from dubbing to export, you'll go to the refine, which is the third feature, the refine feature, and that refine feature will allow you to listen to the dubbed content, and it will not charge you. It will only charge you when you generate and export the dubbed content. Okay. Superb question. 100% you can. You don't have to, and this is a great thing, and we need to actually add more about this on our website. We haven't yet, but we definitely will. And thank you, Leo. You will be able to just add the, dub audio content as well. So yes, for a podcast, I know podcasts, a lot are filmed, pre-recorded, but you'll be able to have the option of both. You can do it on a pre-recorded dub video, or you can just have an audio file for the podcast as well. Okay, what flexibility does the editor provide? All right, superb question. So the editor will give you the option to listen to the voices, change the voices, add music to it, and add your subtitles or your captions so you can move them and add them to where you want. The editor is going to be fantastic. Again, another feature that will come more than likely at the end of next month. But the editor will give you guys more control, and I think that's really important. As I stated pretty much at the beginning of this, we want to make Dub Air a personal application. We want you to add your own energy and character to the dub content. Can Dub Air adapt both tutorial and entertainment content? 100% it can. Again, on our website, we've got some faceless content on there. So you'll be able to see it's demoed in multiple languages. So the answer, Mary, great question. Yes, you can. Oh, okay.
Have you come up with the costing?
Okay. So what our plan is right now, I don't have the costing, because what our goal is to offer it at a level, because we're going to be using OpenAI and we're using 11 Labs. So I'm actually waiting for 11 Labs. I had an email from them at the beginning of the week. They've given us a really good incentive to continue using them. But on Friday, I will have a definitive answer. So JD, I will revert back. I'll circle back and give you the cost on this on the chat for this live. But at the moment, no. But it will probably be around $1, $1.20, $1.30 per minute. But that's just me giving you a sort of ballpark figure. Okay. Please add an embeddable video player with multiple voice language choice. Okay.
We understand this.
Yes, I do very much. And it's something that we'll be doing on Voice Air, and it's something we'll do on Dub Air. And what I would ask you to
Okay,
definitely. Please add it to our roadmap. It's already there, already on our internal roadmap, but please add it there, and we won't miss it. But please, 100% we will. Yes, definitely. I think it's a great tool. When your new in-house voice engine is ready, what that include voice clone? Will it include voice cloning for Dub Air? Yes, definitely. The open source voice cloning that's out there at the moment is fabulous. We're actually testing it over the Christmas period, but yeah, we will have voice cloning. Everything that you get right now from 11 Labs in our Voice Air and Dub Air, we will have as well. But yeah, again, just to clarify on that, because so people don't get spooked and start panicking, that will only happen when we have shared what we've built within our community and get their feedback. And when they tell us, when you guys tell us that that's at the same level or better, then we'll migrate, we'll transition to our voice engine. But at the moment, we're not. Where do you envision the app in a year or two? Fantastic question, Jeffrey. Well, we see we're already in discussion to add this to mobile. I'm an app guy, mobile app guy anyway. We've got our new mobile app coming out on Voice Air the end of the month, 12 days. We see this as an opportunity for, because content has over the past 2 years, particularly video content, has gone crazy. I have a business plan that I've just recently shared with someone, and where it's at right now and where it's going to be in the next 3 years is actually mind blowing. Content is being pushed. You've got YouTube Shorts, you've seen Instagram Reels, all of these, features that these social media platforms that are offering, they're investing heavily in more video content. So where do we see ourselves? We see ourselves, and again, I want to make this very clear. We don't want to be the biggest and the baddest and the best dubbing content platform out there. Why do I say that? Because you have these large companies such as YouTube, such as Google, Google obviously on YouTube, and many others that will take a large percentage of the dubbed content marketplace, probably the lion's share of it. So what's our goal? Same as it is for our other app. We're confident that over the next 12 to 24 months that we can obtain and generate 25,000 users. What does that make us within that realm? That offers anywhere between $1 to $2 million a month, and that we're comfortable with that. We don't want to grow any more than that. And some people don't see that as confidence, but I see it as a logical move in making sure that we stay where we are, and our community will know, that our growth is not about greed. It's more about the longevity of keeping our users. Do you have a plan for a mobile app? Yes, we do. And I'm confident that by Q3, because our mobile app for Voice Air, which has been built in-house, was only started to be built in November, and we're launching it in 2 weeks, middle of November. So it took 10 weeks. So yes, there will be a mobile app. 100% there will, for sure. 70% of content's created on mobile. So why would we not do that? Okay. Is there a trial to attempt to provide feedback on? At the moment, no. But again, on our website, when we do launch, there'll be a freemium plan, which will give you 3 minutes of content. There will be a watermark on there. So once that's live, you can go on there, test it out. You could get all of the features as and when they're released. And please feel free, join our community, give your feedback. All of the posts, apart from people that are trying to sell their products, are always published. So feel free to give feedback on there, no problem. Moses, okay, I suggest that you can also include the feature of voice changer, such as a voice of Donald Duck or a robot. Yeah, okay, I like that. I think it's something that we should that we should explore. We will explore it. Will it be in the next 3 months? Possibly not. But once the app is in a at a stable rate, then we will look at, again, add it to our roadmap, and we'll definitely discuss that. How many projects can you do at once? One at the moment. So as the same with anybody, if you're looking to create one video that may be 10 minutes long, you can do that. Will there be an option in the future to add multiple dub? I think so, but that comes with money. That comes with server size, comes with many sort of technical side of the app. But is it possible? Yes, definitely, because it's been that question has been asked by one of our clients already. And will it happen? Definitely. The finished videos are downloadable or embeddable. If embeddable, is there an option to switch language so anyone watching can switch language? No, at the moment, no, that's not the case. Sujit, they are downloadable. You can share them as well. You will be able to share them on your social media platforms. Actually, there's a on the demo on our website, you can actually see that right at the end. Embeddable, again, something that we need to really focus on after Q1, but we definitely will do that. Will we be able to use variables like name of business, town, keywords in the SRT to get the same video, but with variable words in bulk with CSV? Yes, definitely. There's no issue with that because the SRT will be editable. There's no problem with doing that, Francois. Can I restrict a few words so they are not translated like names? Yes, they won't. Yeah, you can do that. It's in the, again, what I showed earlier, which was a very quick demo. You will be able to keep the names or numbers or whatever words you want to. You'll be able to keep them as you wish before you export or render a dub. Refined feature will include an LTD. Yes, all the features that you see on the video that I've just shown will be included. Everything that's there. There's no difference between the LTDs apart from the minutes. And then when we do the live stream, the real-time streaming, it will go into the agency dub first. Then it will go into the studio dub. And then at some point later this year, it will go into Innovator. Please don't ask me how many minutes you're going to get because I don't have the answer at the moment. Is the dub editable? Yes, it is. It is editable. You'll be able to do that in the SRT file. You'll be able to edit the voices, so you can change the voices. If you don't like a voice, you can change the voice. If you want to add music from our BGM library, which is powered by Epidemic Sound, you can change the music, the background music, if you wish. There'll be many features added to that. So yes, the answer is yes. What specific pain points in the dubbing industry inspired the development of Dub Air platform? Good question. The reason it came about is one of our clients, one of our large clients, asked us, can we do that? Because they originally signed up for text to speech or voice air, and when we started to look at the dubbing sector, and what we saw out there is everybody's just doing the same thing. And as I said, we want to come from a different angle, a different perspective. We want to offer a more personal touch to the dubbing process and the dubbed content. And what inspired me, I think just because we want to be different, we don't want to be the same as everybody else. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, but one thing we want to do is to be able to reinvent the dubbed content. Dubbing's there, but we want to be able to add additional features to the dub content, and that's what you'll get with Dub Air compared to our competitors.
Okay, so we have a few more questions to go. Then we will do the giveaway wheels of name.
No problem. Good. Okay. How are you approaching language localization and dialect adaptation to cater to diverse audiences? Some amazing questions here. Fantastic questions. So the localization for us, again, we're at the moment we're not controlled, but we're limited to what we can offer because there's 29 languages in 5 accents powered by 11 labs. And what we want to do at some point later this year is to be able to add more languages. They will come from 11 labs. We will be venturing down our own voice engine, but at this stage, it's not something we're going to do in the short term. It is something we will start to develop. With that offers more control in us being able to provide more languages, dialect, and also working with our community. If you're not in our, I don't believe you're in our community, but if you're in our community, we want you to be. You guys are so important to the growth of the company, and we don't know everything. You guys, if we have specific questions about a language or a dialect, then that will come from you. So feel free to join our community, and we're always proactively discussing with our users regarding our product. And making sure that we are a forward-facing company. We want to be connected. We have our finger on the pulse. So to answer your question simply, that will come from you guys as well as our side as well. Yes. Can we train Daber to use someone's voice? You sure can. Just make sure you get permission. And we've got people in voice air that are using Donald Trump and everyone else. I'm not encouraging it. I laugh, but be careful. But yes, as long as you've got the permission. Who are your main competitors in the market, and how do you differentiate yourself from them? So I've mentioned over the past 6 to 8 weeks that Dubverse, that were on AppZumo, I think a couple of months ago, they might still be on there now, and Rask, both great products. But why do we see ourselves different? Well, one is I've been in the audio branding industry for nearly 25 years, 23 years, run my own company for 18 years in audio and sonic branding for on-hold marketing. So I have a real passion and connection for voice. And I also have a passion on being for us to be different to how our competitors, and we've been very successful over the 18 years because we have come from a different place and what we offer. So in a nutshell, we don't want to be the same as everybody else. We want to be different. We'll stand out for being different in the right way. And our goal is to make sure that our users don't look at our competitors and go, they can compare, but what we will offer is something completely different to what our competitors offer. And that for us will be sort of our key to growth, is being able to provide something different to what everyone else is doing. Any plans to add South Indian languages? Yes. Okay, good question. Tamil's already there. That's already available. And that comes with 11 Labs, excuse me. So Tamil is there to add the other ones. Yes, as and when they become available, they will be added for sure. Definitely. India is a huge marketplace, and we will support those languages when they become available. Yes. What advice would you give to someone interested in exploring the use of AI voice dubbing in their own creative projects? Well, I personally see it for faceless content. If you're doing, if you're reviewing products, if you're narrating any of your content, I think the best thing for me is what the voice, the voice dubbing, what the cloning does. I know that it's not specifically cloning, but AI voice dubbing for me just offers more reach. So you're reducing your costs, and you're also reaching other markets. And for instance, we had a client 7-8 years ago in our on hold marketing product OHM, and 7 years ago he was only selling in the UK, but he had clients in China. And once he created his on hold marketing or one of the voice recordings in Cantonese, his sales increased because they were listening to something in their native tongue. So for me, I think it's more about just the global reach of what dubbing can provide. So for me, that's really the main, the number one reason as to why to use dubbing is to offer the global reach to your channels or your products or your business. What are the current or future differences in features between the various levels of plans? So again, Wallace, everything is the same. The only difference at this stage is the minutes. When we launch the real-time dubbing, the live streaming dubbing, whatever you want to call it, then the agency plan will get that first. then it will be introduced to the Studio Dub, and then it will be introduced to the Innovator. And at the moment, I don't have the minutes, but you will get minutes, and you will be able to purchase more minutes for the real-time dubbing. Hopefully that answers that for you, Wallace.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
This is from Bangladesh.
Okay, so that's a good question. So we've had people that have cloned their voice that aren't in the 29 languages available, and it's worked. So what I'm not going to say is that it's going to work for Bengali. The only thing I can say is it might work, it might not. But when that language becomes available, one of the many hundreds, if not thousands, of voices in India, when that becomes available, then yes, you can do that. Is it going to work right now? I can't say yes and I can't say no, because people have tested it outside of the 29 languages and it's worked. Nobody's come to me and said that it's not. Okay, can you make more demo videos showing lip syncing in Mandarin Chinese? Yes, we will do that. We will do that over the next couple of days, and by this weekend, we will do some in Mandarin. There are also various accents of Chinese. Yeah, Singapore, as I lived in Singapore, Malaysian accent. Obviously, Albert over there in KL, and the Chinese accent. So yeah, we will be able to do that. But one thing I will say to you is the best and most accurate way to do that is by cloning your own voice. That's the best way right now. You don't want to hear, or some people might, I don't want to hear an American speaking in Mandarin Chinese, but that's what you get at the moment. You've got the 5 accents. If you clone your voice, then obviously it's your own accent. But if you type in Mandarin, and if you type in Mandarin language, then you'll hear that spoken in 5 of the accents that are available. Are you planning to launch Dub Air on Product Hunt? Yes, we will be doing both. We'll be doing voice air this quarter. What we want to do is we want to make sure that our products are at their best before we start to go into PH or anywhere like that. Because I will not be confident until I'm happy and our community's happy. But yes, we definitely will do that. Do we always need an SRT file for changing the language? No, you don't. The AI can do that. But again, the accuracy of that, the dubbed content without lip syncing, I would say 70, 80%. With an SRT file, that increases it to 90, up to maybe 95%. But over time, that will change. So yes, use an SRT file if you want more accuracy. No, you don't need it if you're happy with what it creates, what the AI creates.
Thank you.
No worries. Okay, good question. I'm not to blame for Facebook, and nor is Albert. I was quite lucky. We brought in the CTO and one of the developers in the summer of last year. And then I asked the CTO, our guy Dimas, to find me a team. And I don't know how he did it. They're all in Indonesia. A few are here in Jakarta. They're all on say the mainland, still obviously an island, but yeah, on the mainland. And I really don't know. I was blessed by the gods we had our Christmas party, and I've never met such a dedicated team. When I go to sleep at 11, 12 o'clock, I wake up at 5 o'clock. These guys are still working at 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And I do not tell them to do that, but they do that because they have a belief in what we're creating, what we're doing. They get that they're well respected, that our team as a whole is fantastic, and I don't know what I did to deserve them, but we're in such a great place with them. So yeah, great question about the text to voice. Will the captions be adjustable to be able to add emojis using AI? Yes, the captions will be. You can create again. Have a look at the video. the demo video showing the 4 features. You'll be able to see on there, if you pause it, you'll be able to change the font, the color of the captions, and emojis. Right now, no. But it will be something that obviously stickers and things like that you will be able to do. But at this stage, no. But if you're creating the content, um, it's limited to certain things, but we will be adding more things. So yeah, any kind of payment plan available when getting a higher tier. Okay, so for agency plan, yes. For the Innovator and Studio, no. We had, I think, 5 people. We've actually had more that have bought the agency, but we had 5 people in December that couldn't pay for that time of year, which I understand. And they've all cleared their payments now. They're on the allocated list. So yes, for agency, yes, it's not a problem. But for the other two, no, because once we sell these, we'll be done by next week with this for sure before we launch.
Okay, that's it. Jason. I think we have answered most of the question, but because some people repeat their question in YouTube and also Facebook, so
Yeah,
sometimes there is repetition.
no
So,
problem.
but I believe most of the question are answered. But as usual, there will be some missing link, missing question, to the backend.
I'll
This
answer
is
them.
AI. Sometimes they also miss everything,
No
something,
problem.
from the
Yeah,
front and to the back. Okay, before we actually do the giveaway, I just want to inform Jason that I just now I saw about maybe 88 or 89 people. So I was hoping that there will be 90 people live. So this is
yeah,
the record. You're having it. So it's about 88 or 89 people. So
amazing. Thank
crazy.
you, guys. Thank you for staying on. Appreciate it.
Mhm. Okay, so guys, I will just share my screen, and this is the giveaway. Views of name. And we have 73 people who put up the form. So, but because some people just not participating, even though they are attending, so that's great. So, before we do the final, what I call giveaway, when we spin, if we spin and the name is called up and you are not around to claim the prize, we will move on to spin again. So until we get the winners. So for tonight, we have four prizes. So we're going to spin two prizes. That means the first Innovator plan, and we leave another two prizes, Innovator plan and also the Dub Studio, uh, for us to check what are the question and all those things for engagement and all these things. For people who actually, I mean, engage very well with us. So we will announce that later. Okay. So are you guys ready? You have two names to be announced.
There was a link to the form. We did put it up, or Albert did. Someone's just said you didn't put a link to the form. I'm just
I,
looking at
I,
you,
I have
Albert.
put I have put that for a long time. You have been scrolling. Never mind. You can just try again. Let me put it up. So, quickly put up your name. So then we can actually. I mean, it's always the same. Question. Okay, don't worry. We'll spin first. We don't want to waste too much time because now it's already almost 2 hours. So, I mean, sorry to keep you up waiting. So let's spin. Shuffle. 10 more Kibria. Are you there to claim your prize?
That's a name I've never seen before. So well done if you are there.
Premium.
And just quickly, there was a question there. You talked about AI text to video. Will it be available on both Ver and Dub
Yeah,
Air? So
that's the question I missed.
yeah, on Voice Air, yes, it will be. On Dub Air, not at the moment because it isn't really within our business plan. It's more for pre-recorded content. So at this stage, no. Will it possibly come? More than likely.
Mhm.
Facebook restricted me from commenting. What's going on with Facebook at the moment? I have no idea. Doesn't look like there's anybody there.
So, Temur Kibra, please, are you there to claim the prize?
Multiple entries. He did multiple entries, but he's not there.
Okay, let me check because I didn't check, so sorry. Because sometimes people put multiple entry.
Naughty, naughty. He is. Oh yeah, he did too. Yeah.
Let's remove his name. But anyway, he's not here. So, calling one,
Oh wait there. Wait 1 second. No, he's not there.
So if it's not there, then we will just spin again, So nothing to congrat, he's not here to claim the prize. Sorry, it happened, So I always, to be fair to people who actually stay maybe 1.5 hours here.
Oh, he's there. Albert. He's there.
He's here.
Yeah, I've just seen him.
So you still want to give it to him?
Hey, don't put that on me. Don't put that on me.
Okay, never mind. So Temo, so another piece of advice, please be there to claim your prize when the name is announced, because
Don't be going off.
it's actually good to be there, Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations, your name is here, Temo.
Well done.
Okay, we'll spin the second name. So before we spin, let's see whether the other guy's name is what? Yazid. Yeah, I'm Putu Paira. I don't know, Putu Paira, you have not commented anything. So, Yazid, have you commented anything? Because, as I said before, you must comment something, ask a question or whatever in the chat, or else we will not give you the prize, because it's to be fair to everybody, like Rennie, Wagner, there are 3 names that is actually here. So, you might think that I'm very fussy, but then I do it for the sake of the community and also for the founder.
Right way to do it, Albert. It's the right way. Definitely, I agree with you.
Hold on, let me add in the names. Because if we encourage that, then people will just always put their name and then go back home and then sleep and then hope.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So, but anyhow, Putu Pair, I don't know. This is the first time I see the name. Then Jajit, Zai, also the first time I see your name. Rani, I've seen you a few times, but most of the time you are not here. So I'm not too sure. Just see the luck. I will just spin in case you win. Pankaj. Congratulations, Pankaj. I think you have commented a few questions, if I'm not wrong. Pankaj Kocha, are you there to claim your prize?
Let's see.
Yeah, Nguyen Tuan Long, I say that if you cannot comment in the Facebook group, you comment in the Facebook page or in the YouTube, They're always able to comment. Okay. Oh, your name is Younger Boy. How I'm going to confirm that your name is Younger Boy? There is no way for me to verify you,
Come on,
okay, never mind.
Boy.
Pankaj, very simple. Send me a PM, in the Facebook group. Join our group and make sure that you are the real person. Because I've seen a lot of people who are trying to fake a lot of profile. I've actually deleted many of you. When there are still many in the group, But then, it's not a big problem, but then it's an issue, for us, But then,
okay. Send a DM to him, please.
Okay,
so passport.
Okay, that's it. We have 2 winners. Taimur Kibria and Pankaj Kata. So congratulations, and with this, I will just we have to end this soon, or else you will not be able to go home. Okay, let's do it now. Okay, guys, thank you for coming. I want to go to sleep also. It's very late for my time and also for Jason. So thank you for coming. And as we know that we have a record attendance today, but maybe 88 or 89 people.
So thank you for your feedback, your question, and whatever. You will still have any question, please contact. Go to our group, or maybe go to Jason's group, Dub Air group, Facebook group, and ask him, or maybe send him a support email. So he will answer
Yeah,
that.
just to add to that, Albert, anybody that's asked questions that we haven't seen, I'll be back up. It's nearly 11 p.m. here. I'll be back up in 6 hours. So within the next 6 or 7 hours, midnight where Albert is. So thank you for your time, Albert. I'll get back to anybody with any other questions that they have. Okay. Don't worry about that. I'll be back to you guys in the morning.
Okay, thank you guys, and hopefully everybody will support this Dub Air when it is launched. And we have actually high expectation on this Dub Air. And Jason, pressure on you.
I was just about to say no pressure. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Good
Great,
night.
I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Albert.